Waylon Jennings and Friends.
Tall don't always mean bigger. Short don't ever mean small. If you make up your mind, you never can tell. You could be the biggest and bestest of all. 'Cause some things come in small packages. Sometimes heroes do too. If you have the courage and you have the heart, that hero just might be you.
Tonight, Waylon celebrates children and children's music.
Loud don't always mean strong. Shy don't ever mean weak. The less you can say sometimes can mean more if you choose to use the right words to speak. 'Cause sometimes come in small packages. Sometimes heroes do too. If you have the courage and you have the heart, that hero just might be you.
Featuring the Little Wailers, Jesse Coulter, Garfield the Cat, and Jerry and Tammy Sullivan.
Welcome to the show. We got a lot of people, a lot of good people here. These guys here are known as the Little Wailers. See, and the band over there is known as the Big Wailers, or Ugly Wailers. But anyway, we got Garfield here. We're going to have fun with him. And then my little wife, Jessie Coulter. I want to know all you guys' names. Let me see. I'll start over here, okay? Now, see if I can do this right. Like Art Linkletter. Does this look like Art Linkletter? No, I don't guess. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, what's your last name?
Valley.
And where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Where's that? And who are you?
Joanna.
Joanna
Robertson.
Robertson? Do that again.
Robertson.
That is the cutest thing I ever seen. Me and Joanne are old buddies. And me and her, you know what? She came to town and she went, I had to do some business, and so her and her sister all went with me that day. And every time I would introduce them, I'd say, Joanna is from California, but she's lost her accent. And she would say what?
Hi, y'all.
You sound like a Tennessean, don't you? It's good to have you on, always. Now, what's your name?
John.
John what?
John Bannister.
Oh, I'm sorry. You ain't got no front teeth, too. It's all right. Did you know what? I did that, too. You know how I lost mine, but it's been a while ago. I found me some new ones. You guys enjoy doing without them while you can. Now, here, this is my new cutie. What's your name?
Libby.
Libby. Libby what?
Hodges.
And are you from Tennessee? Where?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, there you go. Now, here's trouble. Here's problems. Look at him. You know what? You're going through life just like I did. When I was your age, they wouldn't let me go in a cotton patch. They was afraid they might pull all my hair out. But you got pretty hair. What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Are you any kin to that girl on the end of it?
Valley.
Yeah, are you kin to her? That's your sister, isn't it? Yeah. It's hard to admit you got a sister, ain't it? Yeah. Well, I never did have no sisters. Daddy said all of his girls were boys. That's the way he said it. And here's an angel. Now, you tell him your name.
Becky Robertson.
You know that one down there? Well, y'all don't favor. She ain't got no front teeth, and you do. That shows you that you'll have some back, won't you? And let me get up here. There's a cowboy.
David.
David. All right. What's your last name?
David Scudder.
All right. I'm glad to have you here, too. Now, here is a girl that doesn't like horses at all. Have you been around any horses lately?
No, but my mom and I are going to try and find a ranch to ride at.
So if y'all have a good ranch, you call my office that has good horses. And this is Emily.
Robertson.
Yeah. Is the back of my hair cute?
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to know that. I couldn't see back there. What's your name?
Peter Farrell,
Peter Farrell. Where are you from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
You're going to be a disc jockey, ain't you?
Yeah.
I was going to ask them what they were going to be, but last time I did that, this little boy said, a man. And I thought, well, that's good enough, you know. Anyway, we're going to take a break here. We're going to be back in a minute with the rest of the show, and there's some more people that I want you guys to be looking for that I didn't tell about a while ago, and it's Jerry and Tammy Sullivan. Okay, everybody, we'll be back and go to work.
Brought to you by Texas. It's like a whole other country. Come to Texas. It's a colorful place.
If you could look out at these lush Texas vineyards through Italian arches, if there were a way to see these rugged Texas mountains from an Australian train, if this Texas forest could be seen from Germany's Autobahn, then you'd know why we say Texas is like a whole other country.
Very pretty out here.
There's so much to do in Texas. It's easy to pretend you're in a whole other
For
country.
vacation this year, we packed up and headed to Fiji.
This is Texas, George.
The shopping of Italy. There's nothing like.
There is in Texas, dear.
Call 1-800-8888-TEX, and you'll get our new 272-page Texas travel guide free.
Well, I like it here anyway, in Mexico. The food, the atmosphere, the pickles.
Call 1-800-8888-TEX and discover why Texas is like a whole other country.
With over 700 Pearl Vision stores, chances are pretty good you aren't going to find Dr. Stanley Pearl visiting our Peoria store. He may not be selecting frames in Albuquerque or fitting glasses in New York, but you will find his standards there. Like in our 21-step inspection process, it ensures you get the right prescription and best quality eyewear possible. You probably won't see Dr. Pearl in every store, but you can be sure he's there.
You're so sweet and lots of fun. Now just top it off with something a little spicy, a little daring. Bird's Eye, the fresh milk for vegetables.
Is there a cat food with no artificial colors or flavors?
Purina Cat Chow has the complete and balanced nutrition your cat needs and no artificial colors or flavors. Better care makes better cats.
Welcome back. You know what? You've been to a lot of shows, I guess. I've been to a lot of shows. You know what? Some of them change clothes after every song. And I just want everybody to know that I got clothes, too. Now, one time I went to a Reba McEntire show, and I think she changed clothes 8 times in 15 minutes. She sung one song. Now, that's getting it on. But I have a lot of clothes, too. And I want you to look here. I'm going to do a song in just a minute. I got 1 pair of pants, and I got 1 jacket, but I got 92 T-shirts. And this is one of them. Now, guess who that is?
You.
That's me when I was 6 years old. Wasn't I cute? Come on, somebody say, yeah. I needed that. But this song, you know what? This shirt reminds me of this next song I'm going to sing. And this, because back in those days, I went to Gene Autry movies, and Gene Autry would sing. And there'd be big orchestra, but just him and his horse and his guitar. Well, it's kind of like that here. See, we got all of us, but the band is real ugly, so they hit them over there. And y'all go ahead. We're going to do a song that I wrote partially about myself, called It's Been a Bad, Bad Day. Me and Charlie. Go. Guess it all started when I woke up this morning. Everything seemed okay, till I let my pet snake get loose in the kitchen. Now I've been in trouble all day. I got
got some paint on the wall, a pretty orange color, a little on the carpet and floor. I covered it up with Mom's coat from the closet. She says she can't wear anymore. I've had a bad, bad day, not like I thought it would be. I've had a bad, bad day. It seems like everyone's picking on me. I put some sand in my grandpa's tobacco. He frowned at me all day. Then I hit his pipe, 'cause it smells when he smokes it. He shouldn't smoke anyway. So between Mom's coat and my grandpa's tobacco, life can be rough on kids. They've almost worn out the seat of my britches. It don't hurt much now, but it did. I've had a bad, bad day. It's not like I thought it would be. I've had a bad, bad day. It seems like everyone's picking on me. I've had a bad, bad day, not like I thought it would be. I've had a bad, bad day. It seems like everyone's picking on me. Okay, settle down now. Yay! Okay, I'll tell you. I want to ask y'all something. Tell the truth now. Has any of y'all have any of y'all ever eat dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. You never did eat it? Anybody eat it? I did. I have too. Does that tell you anything? Me and you're the only one. If y'all have too? All right. Well, you did for real? I did too. No, it's kind of I don't know, grind me in your teeth and everything. But I love dirt. Dirt is quiet and it don't make noise. It's fun to play with, especially for boys. Girls don't much like it, but that's okay. Boys don't like girls much anyway. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. It may sound silly, but it really don't hurt to sing about good old dirt. Hurts just a little if it gets in your eyes. You can put it in water and make mud pies. The babies will eat it, but babies are dumb. They wet their diapers and suck on their thumbs. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. It may sound silly, but it really don't hurt to sing about good old dirt. Don't cost a thing, 'cause it's everywhere. You can take it back home, nobody cares. You can throw it, kick it, don't even hurt. So a kid's best friend has just gotta be dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. It may sound silly, but it really don't hurt to sing about good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. Dirt, dirt, good old dirt. It may sound silly, but it really don't hurt to sing about good old dirt. I love good old dirt. All
Brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
People tell us we beat up our trucks more in our commercials than they'd ever dream of.
Like a rock.
Well, they should be on one of our assembly lines when we snatch a truck at random and literally rip it limb from limb to test every body weld in a Chevy truck, all 1,437 of them. But for those of you who think there's too much violence on TV,
Like a rock.
these next few seconds are for you. Time's up.
Like a rock.
Looking for a free Walt Disney World vacation? Well, your ship just came in. The Big Red Boat gives you twice the vacation. A 4-night cruise with non-stop entertainment. A complete youth program, including 24-hour childcare. And 2 exotic ports of call, Nassau and Port Lucaya. Plus, a 3-night Walt Disney World resort vacation absolutely free. For more on the Big Red Boat's all-inclusive vacations, call the Big Red Boat experts today at 1-800-735-8000.
What'll it be, pal, huh? Chocolate vampires, marshmallow lizards?
No.
Hey, that's Honey Bunches of Oats. That's Daddy's cereal.
I know.
I can see you're trying to state your independence here, Adam, but this crunchy sweet taste is something that Daddy loves.
But I like this cereal.
When you've got crunchy bunches of honey roasted oats mixed with crispy corn and wheat flakes, who could resist?
Well, I guess you got your very own cereal, huh?
You could have some too, Dad.
Thanks. That's big of you.
Honey bunches of oats cereal. The one taste everyone loves.
You're looking very casual, very healthy, very fun. Now, let's just bring out your inner child. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Yeah.
No matter how old your furniture may be, keep it looking young with Pledge, with cleansing conditioners. For beautiful wood you won't get with regular dusting. Pledge, for beautiful wood every time you dust.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
From the boy in the darkened theater to the fatherless kid in trouble, to the charismatic man on stage, to the man behind the wheel defying doctor's orders to the end, Marty Robbins knew how to live.
Don't worry about me.
The Life and Times of Marty Robbins, Tuesday on TNN.
You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. But you can be happy if you can mind to.
Can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. Can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. Can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. You can be happy if you mind to.
All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd.
With a kid on your back, you can be happy if you've a mind to.
You can't drive around with a tiger in your car. You can't drive around with a tiger in your car. You can't drive around with a tiger in your car. You can be happy if you've a mind to. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it.
You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. But you can be happy if you're mine too.
All you gotta do is put your mind to it.
That was great. You know what? Roger Miller is one of the greatest, one of the cleverest people I ever met in my whole life. And that song kills me. I've always thought a lot of those things that he wrote were perfect children's songs, you know, like that, England Swings and Sing a Little Sunshine, Sing a Little Sunshine song. But anyway, they did great. You know, this is Barney Robertson, and this is Carter Robertson. Now, there are 3 little Robertson children over there, and that are their children. Now, of course, they have Becky, Emily, and Joanne. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Carter, one night was in the bus, and she was watching Joanna move down the aisle in her little feisty way. And I looked at her and I said, "You deserve her." And she said, "I know it, and that's what worries me." She is so sweet, though. But, you know, we worked together for years. They, Carter sang backup, and Barney played piano. And then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to have a family, and the worst place to have it is on the road. So I didn't see them for a long time because, you know, all good intentions and everything, nobody sees each other after they try to settle down after the road, and then the other people are still on the road. But anyway, one time I started writing these songs, and we've done some of them already, and we're going to do some more. But anyway, I didn't even know what I was doing. I said to Jesse, I said, "What am I doing writing these little kids songs?" But I always loved children, and I always wanted to do a children's album. Anyway, one day I finished, and I had 10 of them. And the next day, Barney called. And I said, we talked a while, and I said, "What are you doing, Barney?" And he said, "Well, I'm doing albums, children's albums." And I said, "You ain't gonna believe this." So, and then, lo and behold, he won a Grammy in 1992 for a cappella kids. Now, let me tell you, that is some serious singing. Adults, most of them I know that are singers and make a living doing that, cannot do that kind of singing. How do you do, what I want you to explain to them is how in the world you have little kids and teach them harmony parts.
Basically, we broke it down to the smallest thing. Even though they were complex harmonies, we would break it down and just teach each harmony as a new melody to the kids. And then we would put them all together. And just by breaking it down to its simplest, component, we then could build it back up into the layered sound with all the kids' voices.
We're going to probably find out in the sweet by and by that we were smarter when we were babies than we were when we were old.
I think we already know that one.
Let me tell you, another thing that happens, now Carter, what is the word?
Choreograph.
Choreograph.
Movements.
Movement. But what you should see is Carter out front. We did a show one time out in California, and me and the kids, we were up there. Now, Carter is the one who choreographed all of these little movements that they make. But she also tries to keep Joanna's attention.
Yes. Very
now,
hard.
Joanna, every once in a while, she'll get tired of looking that way, and here she'll go and she'll start messing with other people's microphones. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. What's cute, too, though, is Carter going.
Yes, at least 10 times.
We'll do that. Now, all of those little movements that she makes. The thing, we had a wonderful time. But how do you get them? Is it just a matter of keeping their attention? That's probably the hardest part.
I think that's probably the hardest part. Is just keeping their attention. And that's what I look for when I look for kids. I look for kids that can kind of pay attention for 5 minutes. But no, I think you get kids that are real bright and fun and have a good time, and then just show them movements, make the movements simple so that they don't get too flustered, because they're trying to do 2 things. They're trying to sing and they're trying to move, and that's kind of hard to do sometimes. I know.
It is for me. I know.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything. But...
Yeah. She's seen me try to walk and chew gum at the same time. You've seen them tonight and you'll see them again, but what's great about them, though, is you've taught them how to go into that and then come out of it. But they're very bright. And brighter than someone else I know. I went out, we did a show out in California, as I said, and we've done several of them. But we were doing 3 nights out at Knox Bear Farm, for a charity event, and so the kids came up the first night. I blew it. I mean, every which way in the whole world. But I have done a lot of music, and of course we worked together, as I said, and they were wonderful. But one of the best things I've ever done is that album.
That's a great album. And the story on it, too. Yeah. The story about little Ulysses.
Yeah, that's me and my little boy Shooter.
Great.
Great story.
You know, he would tell me, he'd say, Dad, I'd say, I was writing this little story, and I was going to make a book out of it, you know. And so we talked about it, and Barney and I. But Shooter, when I was writing it, I said, listen to this. And he'd say, Dad, that would scare little kids. You can't do that. So me and him wrote it together, and then when we cut the album, I turned it over to Barney, and Barney did all the sound effects.
That was fun.
Some of these days we get to do another one of these shows. We got to do another one, and we'll do some stories.
Great. A very positive thing. I like
well, you guys, it's wonderful to have you here today, and those kids are wonderful. And it's one of my favorite things in the whole world to do, is to sing with them.
Well, it shows. They sure love you.
Yeah,
Their eyes just sparkle. It's great.
We're going to be back in a little bit.
Okay.
You're so now, so bright, so you. Just mix things up a bit and create a stir. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
It's the greatest thing that's happened to a sandwich since sliced bread. The one and only Vlasic Sandwich Stackers. Ham up your ham.
Wow.
Make your tikey pikey. Wow. Tap it up with the original Sandwich Stackers from Vlasic. The perfect pickle to stack.
Dimetap announces good news for people with allergies. The antihistamine in Dimetap Extend tabs relieves allergy symptoms better than the leading prescription antihistamine. Dimetap Extend tabs relieves better than the leading prescription.
Take me where it's safe and warm. Hold me.
Lisa Stewart, guest stars on The Statler Brothers, Saturday on TNN. Tonight, NASCAR's number 2, Miller Genuine Draft driver Rusty Wallace makes a pit stop on Music City Tonight. Rusty Wallace on Music City Tonight, TNN Tonight.
The final days are here. Hurry to Frontier's 11th anniversary celebration and save thousands today.
Used cars, used trucks, used vans, and 4x4s are slashed to rock bottom prices.
Check the advertised and unadvertised specials.
With only $500 down and $230 a month, you can own a 93 Pontiac Grand Am, a 94 Pontiac Sunbird, a 94 Nissan Sentra, or a 94 Mazda Protege. That's right, for only $500 down and $230 a month.
Folks, for the last 11 years, it just hasn't gotten any better than this. So hurry. Come check the hundreds of specially tagged vehicles during Frontier's 11th anniversary celebration.
Learn the secret of growing 100 pounds of tomatoes per plant by attending Holland Garden's tomato classes in April. Classes are free, but registration is required. Container-grown tomatoes are the answer for apartment dwellers, those who cannot actively work in a garden, or for anyone who loves the taste of homegrown tomatoes. 100 pounds of tomatoes per plant. Pick more vine-ripened tomatoes than you ever thought possible. Holland Garden's free tomato classes, the first 2 weekends in April. Call now.
Welcome back to Waylon Jennings and Friends.
Thank you. Now, this little lady here happens to be Jessie Coulter. Did any of y'all ever see, and I'm probably getting in trouble here, did you see Jessie when she sang, Jessie Sings Just for Kids? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Well, she sings at home, too. In fact, I came home not long ago, and her and Beth Nielsen Chapman and Kimmy Rhodes were in my living room. And I knew when I was outnumbered, so I thought I'd go upstairs and take a nap. And while I was upstairs, you know, sleeping quietly, they were writing songs. And this is what I heard when I came down.
Shuffle the stack, we'll build it back. We're building courthouses. We're gonna make a mansion with sugar cube bricks and popsicle sticks. You'll be the wind and I'll be the rain, and we'll start all over again. The grass is the carpet, the moon is a light bulb, shines o'er the mountains of pillows we've made. The doorway to heaven leads right through the kitchen, where Mama is making an angel bouquet. We're building car houses, building them up, then knocking them down. Shuffle the stack, we'll build it back. We're building car houses. We're gonna make a mansion with sugar cube bricks and popsicle sticks. You'll be the wind and I'll be the rain, and we'll start all over again.
I've always loved cowboy movies. When I was young, one of the big things in my life was the Saturday afternoon matinees with Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Lash LaRue, and then later on with John Wayne. I guess in some ways I've never grown up because I still love the reruns on TV. Now, I've tried my best to get my sons to watch them with me until one of them, and I won't say which one, gave me a pretty good reason why he didn't want to watch cowboy movies with me. So you just listen to this song now and see if you can figure out what his reason was.
My dad talks a lot about cowboys, like John Wayne and people I don't even know. I like the cartoons on Saturday morning, 'cause I'm only 4 years old. But my dad just loves cowboy movies. He even bought me a big cowboy hat. And when I put it on with my boots and my Levi's, I can tell that he really likes that. Yodeling, yodeling, yodeling. I love to watch Nickelodeon. You might say I grew up on Sesame Street. My favorites are Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch, and I think the Muppets are neat.
What am I doing in here?
But my dad just loves cowboy movies. He's never heard of Ernie and Bert. I'm just not a cowboy, I guess I'm an cowboy, and I sure hope his feelings aren't hurt. Yodeling, yodeling, yodeling. Yodeling, yodeling, yodeling.
Whoa, horse! Whoa, I said. Hey, have a rotten day, horse.
I love Oscar the Grouch, and I played that video just so y'all could hear him and so I could hear him too. Well, I guess you've noticed that I've changed clothes again. You know, Oscar just got 3 friends in this world, and one of them is Big Bird, one of them is me, and one of them is my pretty little wife, Jessie. Now, me and her are going to sing a song here. This is a song that, well, it's about boys and girls, and I'm going to do the boys' part. All of my sisters are girls, with long hair, ponytails, pigtails, and curls. A kid needs a friend, so why in the world did all of my sisters just have to be girls? They whisper and giggle a lot. They act like they're grown up, but I know they're not. They can't climb a tree and they can't catch a ball. They're really no fun at all. I think we're in trouble. All of my sisters are girls. Long hair, ponytails, pigtails, and curls. A kid needs a friend, so why in the world did all of my sisters just have to be girls? Now it's your turn.
They think they're smarter than me. Why they even think I can't climb a tree? Last summer when they left for Camp Waukee, why me and my dogs hit their treehouse for tea. All of my brothers are boys. They're loud and obnoxious and break all their toys. They like to make trouble, they like to make noise. So why do my brothers just have to be boys?
All of my sisters are girls. Long hair, ponytails, pigtails, and curls.
They like to make trouble, they like to make noise. So why do my brothers just have to be boys?
Me? All right. What a great audience.
Brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
People tell us we beat up our trucks more in our commercials than they'd ever dream of.
Like a rock.
Well, they should be on one of our assembly lines when we snatch a truck at random and literally rip it limb from limb to test every body weld in a Chevy truck, all 1,437 of them. But for those of you who think there's too much violence on TV,
Like a rock.
these next few seconds are for you. Time's up.
I smoke, but at many sporting events, it doesn't play. No problem. I just chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. With such a cool, clean taste, it's something everyone can agree on. So when I can't smoke, I share some pure chewing satisfaction.
You're bright, you're beautiful. You just need to accessorize. Now say guten Tag to the new you. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Oh no, dinner time and that steak is hard as a rock. You need Miracle Thaw, the amazing new defrosting tray that perfectly thaws any food like magic in minutes. No batteries, no wires, no rays, no sprays. Just an incredible metal that actually absorbs the heat from the air and releases it back into the frozen food. Microwaves give you dry cooked edges causing stale flavor. But now, rock-hard chicken breasts are moist and tender in as little as 8 minutes. Burgers can be ready for the grill in just 10 minutes. Try this ice cube demonstration at home and you won't believe your eyes. The tray is cool to the touch, but the cube melts away like it was on a hot griddle. Amazing. Even a thick T-bone steak can be butcher block fresh in under 30 minutes. Miracle Thaw, guaranteed to thaw quickly, safely, perfectly every time. Now only $19.95.
Miracle Thaw is not sold in stores, so use your credit card and call toll-free 1-800-430-5353. Sorry, no CODs. Call toll-free to order by credit card or for direct order mail address. For quickest delivery, use your credit card and call now 1-800-430-5353.
I smoke, but when I travel, it's not on the itinerary. That's okay. I've got Wrigley Spearmint Gum. It's got a cool, clean taste that can go with me anywhere. So when I can't smoke, I pack plenty of pure chewing satisfaction.
Where you really living?
Brother Phelps walks the path to stardom. Saturday on TNN. Brought to you by Cracker Barrel Old Country Store.
Garfield was born in 1978. Me and him are about the same age. Now, he's in more newspapers than any other cartoon character. And he does more wonderful work than anyone knows about. Here's one of my heroes, Garfield.
Some say reading is boring, tends to make you start snoring, but it really isn't so. There's so much to discover from cover to cover, reading books that help you grow. As the pages you're turning, there are things that you're learning with every book you hold. From a dark hidden mystery to a lesson in history, with each chapter you unfold, and it all will appear if you take a look, 'cause everything is waiting right here when you read a book. A king story that's scary about some monster that's hairy, or a poem short but sweet from a comic book hero to an emperor named Nero, or a cat who likes to eat. There's instructional readers for making bird feeders or cooking a great meal. And if you have this book on you, you can make some lasagna like a snap. It's no big deal, and it all will appear if you take a look, 'cause everything is waiting right here when you read a book. Cause everything is waiting right here when you read a book. It will appear when you take a look. Cause everything is waiting right here when you read a book.
Do a little schoolwork today. Oh, no! Oh, come on, it'll be fun. We're going to learn our vowels. Can anyone say them for me? A, E, I, O, U. And sometimes what? Thank you, Peter. We'll make it a game. We'll take our names and sing them to the vowels. Are you ready? Yeah! Hit it, boys! Say
Yes, I sure do.
Here we go. Waylon, wheelin', wildin', wullin', woolin'. Waylon, wheelin', wildin', wullin', woolin'. Waylon, wheelin', wildin', wullin', woolin'. Let's play the game. What is your name? It's your turn now.
All right, let's get Jesse.
Juicy, 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 juicy. Juicy, 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 juicy. Juicy, 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 juicy. Let's play the game. What is your name?
I've got one. How about Garfield?
Garfield.
All right.
There, here, Geyer, Gore, Garfield. There, here, Geyer, Gore, Garfield. There, here, Geyer, Gore, Garfield. Let's play the game. What is your name? Everybody, let's play the A-E-I-O-U game. Let's play the A-E-I-O-U game. How do you play the A-E-I-O-U game? Let's play the game. What is your name?
Whoa, all right.
Okay, class. Today we're going to fix a nice little salad. How about that?
Remember that little salad from high school? It became fun, and accordingly, so did the salad dressing. Now there's new Kraft Catalina with honey. Unlike your usual dressing, Kraft adds honey to its tangy Catalina for a sweeter taste that's really different. Just like that nice little salad of yours. Now salads are fun. So is new Kraft Catalina with honey, the fun way to dress.
So, what do you need when it's hours since lunch and years until dinner, but you really want something and your stomach is saying, have one of these, while your brain is saying, don't even think about it and, oh, that's attractive, but this might be perfect, lay awful to eat because you crave something different than the usual stuff that might make you feel great and not icky, that's wild and alive and zesty and zingy and quite frankly perfect. Create.
With a full serving of vegetables, it might just make you feel better.
In an ordinary day, the child's bright laughter fills the air. One loving word, one loving glance, there's sunshine everywhere. Your Werther's is his Werther's too, so glistening with its golden glow, so sweet and creamy, just plain good. You're so alike, the two of you. Werther's and that feeling that you never will forget. When one who loves you says to you, you're someone very special
You're absolutely gorgeous. Just wrap yourself in something velvety and luxurious. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
No matter how old your furniture may be, keep it looking young with Pledge, with cleansing conditioners. For beautiful wood you won't get with regular dusting. Pledge, for beautiful wood every time you dust.
It's the greatest thing that's happened to a sandwich since sliced bread. The one and only Vlasic sandwich stackers. Ham up your ham.
Wow.
Make your tikey pikey.
Whoa!
Pep it up with the original sandwich stackers from Vlasic. The perfect pickle to stack.
Here are some people who really love children, just like I do. And children really love them, especially when they sing. Jerry and Tammy Sullivan.
If I was a sinner, I'll tell you what I would do. I'd put my sin in and work on the building. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. Hallelujah. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. Amen. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Hallelujah. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. Amen. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. Hallelujah. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. Amen. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. And work on the building. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. Hallelujah. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. Amen. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
I'll never go back to denture pastes or powders again.
Here's why. C-Bond denture adhesive. No other adhesive works like C-Bond, and it holds dentures so tight, so long. C-Bond combines two powerful adhesives into a soft micro-thin seal that bonds your dentures to your gums, can hold them comfortably all day long.
I'll never go back to pastes or powders.
There's no messy cleanup. C-Bond is so easy to remove. Nothing holds dentures like C-Bond.
You'll never go back to pastes or powders again.
People, they climb in with cold feet.
I got men leaving toothpaste all over me.
And then they use soft scrub. I mean, it cleans up one mess, but can leave another.
Gritty residue.
Takes so long to rinse away.
They gotta try Dow's Smart Scrub. Smart Scrub has water-soluble baking soda, so it cleans as well without the gritty residue.
Now try new Dow Smart Scrub Cleanser with bleach. The cleaning power of bleach without the gritty residue.
Smart enough to clean up after itself.
Did you know that changes in tax laws will affect over 10 million taxpayers this year? At H&R Block, we can help you deal with change. So do what millions of Americans do and trust H&R Block.
Chances are it will outlast your car and your furnace and your roof. There's no telling what your Moen faucet might outlast. Moen. Buy it for looks. Buy it for life.
They destroy your home from within. Termites. You leave the exterminator, the Orkin Man. He stops termites and makes sure they never return. Guaranteed. Call him day or night at 1-800-800-ORKIN.
Dimetapp announces good news for people with allergies. The antihistamine in Dimetapp Extend tabs relieves allergy symptoms better than the leading prescription antihistamine. Dimetapp Extend tabs relieves better than the leading prescription.
Saturday.
I thought you'd just go in there and shoot a video. I didn't know it was going to take 2 days to do it.
Joe Diffie tells all.
I realized about halfway through the show my zipper was wide open.
TNN video session with Joe Diffie, Saturday. Tonight, NASCAR's number 2, Miller Genuine Draft driver Rusty Wallace makes a pit stop on Music City Tonight. Rusty Wallace on Music City Tonight. TNN Tonight.
Well, there you have it. I think we had a great show. I had a great time. How could you miss with a great audience like this, right, guys? I want to thank Barney and Carter Robinson, Jesse Coulter, Jerry and Tammy Sullivan, and Garfield. But most of all, I want to thank these guys. They call themselves the Little Wailers, and boy, am I proud. Tall don't always mean bigger. Short don't ever mean small. If you make up your mind, you never can tell. You could be the biggest and bestest of all. 'Cause some things come in small packages. Sometimes heroes do too. If you have the courage and you have the heart, that hero just might be you. Loud don't always mean stronger. Shy don't ever mean weak. The less you can say sometimes can mean more if you choose to use the right words to speak. 'Cause some things come in small packages. Sometimes heroes do too. If you have the courage and you have the heart, that hero just might be you. Some things come in small packages. Sometimes heroes do too. If you have the courage and you have the heart, that hero just might be